Okay guys, we're back out here. Not on that right now. Actually, it's leaning. Oh, look at that. My slick went de-slicked. We gotta take care of that. For this. No, I'm not gonna make 40 videos on the welding table. But we'll make at least one. I did get some more information on it. Obviously, this is it upright, and there's the piece of material over there. Okay, these were the holes I was talking about that I accidentally moved the camera. This series of 3 holes. These all seem equal till you get to here. Then there's a space and a space. Okay, here's that 1/2-inch plate. Damn. Okay. Raphael said the way it was built had to be something that handled vibration. I have friends that are fabricators, or now retired fabricators. Okay, worked at a fabrication place. They had their own fabrication shop also, and they read blueprints. And the one thing they showed me over the years is most things that are drawn up on blueprints are overmade. Like they expect a hurricane, an earthquake, a typhoon, and a building to land on it, even though it's 2 steps you gotta walk up. Okay? I can't quite understand what the guy's response is. Maybe someone out there will understand, and as I'm looking at it, you'll see exactly what the guy's talking about. They may not be equally spaced, but the parts that were used were equally spaced. Here, 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 here. The rest were options. And these are threaded. Okay? So these are all threaded. So someone took the time to drill these and thread and tap them. What went on those was a series of rollers. What this thing was part of was an industrial vertical saw. Okay, and I'm assuming the saw was next to it. This was not the saw itself. And I'm assuming the item came down here. Obviously a very heavy item. They weren't making balsa wood planes with this. Okay, nor was it just like a cardboard box rolling down a thing with a bunch of rollers. I'm assuming the rollers were not just little tiny rollers. It was some hefty rollers coming across here. Okay, and as you can see, they start right at the end of the table. I don't see any provisions of them bolting 2 tables together, and they would also hit. So if this was just one part of the machine, I don't think there was a series of them. Maybe there was one on either side. I really don't know. But he said it was part of an industrial vertical, so it's straight up and down, bandsaw. And then he said that it had rollers bolted on it, which is clear as day now that you have it this way, for 4 longs, and he spelled it F-O, damn it, I think it was U-R-L-O-N-G-S. And I looked that up, and I'm not really sure what the hell that means. 4 longs. When I look up the word 4 longs, you get everything from 4 long pieces of something on a plate to columns. It seems like columns are called 4 longs, which I'm unaware of. This is from the New England area. I know they have a little more old-fashioned terms than we have down here on the island here. So what I'm gathering by it, I mean, I don't know how long he's had it. I don't know if this is his dirt or this is the dirt from it being used, because I would assume if it had something to do with cutting wood, there would be wood sawdust. But that don't mean it hasn't been cleaned. It apparently has not really been outside, because the only rust is where this was here, and apparently the rollers were there when it was painted. That's why you got the half circles. Well, the half circles might have been, I think that was rubbing it. Now this guy's garage is also had a water issue in the back, and I don't know if this was originally in the back. There was places that were flooded from the roof damage. So, but obviously, apparently, this did not lay outside, and if it did, it didn't lay out there long. You should have rust oozing out of all of here where it's definitely unpainted, which there isn't. Okay, so what was it? God only knows. I just know it's now a welding table, is all I gotta say. It looks like he had a piece of plate cut. Going by the way it's at now, when I saw it in the picture, the plate was on top of it. He told me the plate was not welded or bolted to it at this time. So he never finished what he was doing. He apparently, when I went there, he doesn't seem to be like a fabricator. He was just an average guy in an average house, you know what I mean, with average stuff in the garage. And like a low-end welder sitting there. That was it. Because I was hoping he had other welding equipment, because if he was looking to get rid of it, and it was reasonable, we would have bought it. We have no room for it right now, but someday we will. So I'm assuming he got this, I don't know from where it works, or from somebody that knew somebody, or whatever. And then he decided to have the plate made. Somebody made that plate for this, because whoever cut it, rounded off all the edges, and did a nice job cutting it. From it laying in the thing, I have to measure right now. I think it overhangs. And I haven't measured the top of this. Now, he gave me dimensions of 5 feet, 5 inches. So we'll just call it 5.5 feet. 18 inches, or 28 inches tall, and 30 inches wide. So let's measure it real quick, see if this is 30 inches, or the plate is 30 inches. Going by the plate against that table, I'm going to say the plate is 30 inches. And let's see how much wider it is than this. I'm hoping it overhangs. That makes it even nicer to clamp things to on the side. You know, even if you have an inch. Okay, so let's see what we got. Okay, this brings up an interesting question. Okay, I measured the plate. The plate is 65 inches. So that's 5 feet, 5 inches by 30 inches. Okay, I measured this base. And when you measure the base, 65 inches. But the width ain't 30 inches. So here we go. You guys ready? Let's use our brains here. The base is 25 3/4. So what's half of 25 3/4? That looks like 12 7/8 to me. Whew, that took a long time to calculate. So in reality, if you went 12 and, well, I can't even find the numbers. If I went 12 7/8, there's the center line right here. So if I go back over here, yep, 12 7/8 again. So that's going to leave us an overhang of, what do we say it was? If it was 27, if it's 26, that's 2 inches. So we got about 2 1/8 on either side overhanging. So about right there overhanging, front and back. That's nice between that and the depth of that, which is on the bottom side about 1.5 inches before it really starts to taper. That'll be nice. You could put some C-clamps if you got a C-clamp something around it. That's nice with this setback this way. Okay. So with that, the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scraper, just scrape this shit, give it a quick vacuum. We're going to get rid of that table, all the crap. We're going to lay this on here, center it, and move it over there, and that's the way it's going to sit for now. Okay, guys. There's the welding table. I have it spaced away from the wall, so this is flush right now. Okay? That's fine for me. It's not even spaced away from the wall equally. The piece of plate is exact to length. See, I got it overhanging just a hair here, and set back just a hair here. I could tap it with something, but why bother? Me and Junior slid it back a couple times, and it's always 1/8 this way, 1/8 that way, and we're like, the hell with it. We did not move this with that on it. Well, let me reword that. We had to put the plate on top, and it took both of us all our might to walk this thing over. How's that sound? So it is very hard to move this with that plate on there. This is a nice piece. We had the plate on both ways, so either the whole unit is bowed in the same direction, and the plate magically bends in that direction to meet it, or the table is flat and so is the plate. Which side we're going to leave up, I'm not sure. There was these 3 boogery things on here. They're not welds. I don't know if it's from something hitting it, lifting it, pushing it, whatever it is. I just took the sharpness off, and I'll let Junior decide which side I'm going to use. The other side has less surface rust, which is only surface rust. So I just put this side up for now. Because of the way we were positioned in the garage, we could not flip it. Now we could take it off and flip it if we want, but we are not welding this thing on right now. We're not doing anything. This is, at this point, just a replacement table. That's it. We got the table. We're good. I'm happy. The thing I did want to look at is, I was concerned about these legs being welded to an 1/8-inch plate to support all this material, that they'd want to come out and rip. And now that I'm out here looking at it, I see when they welded these legs, the tin was absolutely nothing, so they welded these legs to the beam right across. Okay, there's welds on the other side too, but it's, I guess, to the tin. And then this, the end plate, is fully welded up in here. On the back side, there's a couple of welds. This piece of tin, or whatever you want to, we'll call it tin compared to the rest, is welded here also. Out here also. So, and then this is the same thing. So I don't think we are going to have any problems. I needed a bench like this for the longest time. To me, this looks like the right height. I don't know if this is the right height if you're an electronics guy. This is the right height if you're fabricating, because you walk up to it and see my hands just touch it. Like the Texas Viking was saying, a good welding table is like gold. But as he would tell you, depends what you're welding or fabricating. If you're going to be building stuff off it, you need a lower table. If you're going to be sitting at it, I'm sure you need a taller table. Whatever makes you comfortable. Like he said, comfort is the key, and I believe that. I can't weld worth the crap, you guys know it. I try my best. Junior surpassed me his first week into welding. So most of the stuff I show you guys is just new things that he doesn't know or is learning. The advanced stuff I don't really show you. I haven't shown you the fabrication stuff and the delicate stuff and the nice stuff. So, and he'll always revert back to that stick welder, because we all know stick welding's the hardest, and the other ones, once you learn that, it's easier to go the other way. It's harder to go to a stick welder once you're able to hold a torch. And no, I am not downplaying a good welder. A good welder, and I'm going to say it, is underpaid. A good fabricator is underpaid. A good machinist is underpaid. 3 of the most underpaid, well, besides me of course, 3 of the most underpaid people or professions that I know, for the amount of knowledge, skill, steadiness you have to be a welder, hand and eye coordination, and just intelligence to do it. Yeah, I think they're grossly underpaid. The average person like me, the average blue-collar person that builds things and works on things, appreciates what they do. The average, couldn't give a crap either way. They just think a machine did it. They think a machine did all these welds. They don't know. They don't know that a human did it. You know what I mean? And how much experience that human has and all the shit that goes with it. And they say, oh, it only took you 5 minutes to weld. Why did it cost? I'll pick a number, $200. It costs $200 because the meter's spinning on the side of the building. The meter's spinning the lights. I'm paying rent. You're paying for a lot of years of experience. I like the, if anybody's ever seen it, I've seen it come through Facebook where it's the 2 pictures. And it says, wanted welder. It's at $15 to $30 an hour, which I think $30 is low. $15 to $30 an hour. And there's 2 welds. One weld, they clearly did a MIG weld and never turned on the gas. And then the other weld is a TIG weld, you know, with the stack of dimes and all the rainbow colors in there because it's stainless. And the guy giving the test questions, why? And he goes, well, the top weld is $15 an hour, the bottom is $30. So, yeah, I think that number's a little higher than 30. But then again, I guess it depends where you are in the country, like anything else, and how bad they kill you on taxes and things like that. So with that said, guys, I'm not going to prolong this too much longer. I'm going to put the crap back on the table. This is the size we were looking for. Give or take an inch, it does not matter. So 5 inches longer, just a handful of inches deeper, and like I said, I think it was an inch shorter. And I like the open design. You could put crap under there.